Good evening, everybody. Hope you're enjoying your Friday night. The holidays are fast approaching, which typically means spending time with loved ones, relaxing, probably some travel. But more and more, we are seeing warnings about this latest COVID variant and how quickly it spreads. Now, I know this is a topic we cover a lot. It's easy to get bogged down with the numbers, but here's the thing. Doctors say right now we are experiencing the worst COVID surge this state has seen so far. So for tonight's big story, Lauren Kostick breaks down the numbers as hospitals struggle to offer care to Hoosiers in need.
It seems like every day hospitals are faced with more patients than ever before. Frontline workers begging for help.
We have been able to scale up ICU beds and ventilators, but we have not been able to scale up people.
And on Friday, the numbers got even worse. Across IU Health, 518 COVID patients are being treated, an all-time high for the healthcare system. And a deeper look shows of the 449 patients in the ICU, 339 of them are COVID related. That means hospitals are being forced to postpone surgeries or refuse patients simply because there are not enough beds or staff.
Call me if you need anything.
And statewide, the numbers aren't any better. As of Thursday, only 12.5% of ICU beds were available, the least amount of capacity at any point in the pandemic. Doctors say between the Delta variant and people putting off surgeries and other procedures, it's created an explosion of patients.
This is the worst surge we've had, and I hope that's the last time I'm ever going to have to say that again.
But with the threat of the highly contagious Omicron variant, Dr. Romioletti is holding his breath, scared of what's to come. Currently, no cases have been confirmed in Indiana, but almost all of the surrounding states have at least one.
And it's just going to be a matter of a couple of weeks before Omicron takes over Indiana.
And when it does, doctors say it will spread fast.
They're suggesting it'll be almost as contagious as chickenpox. If that's the case, we're in trouble. And my problem is that we can't create any more beds. We can't create any more nurses.
That's why health leaders are desperately pleading for Hoosiers to listen and get vaccinated, unsure of what's to come and what this new variant will do. And we have also reached out to the State Department of Health for comment about this recent surge and have yet to hear back.
Now, this warning comes during a really big weekend here in Indy. The Colts taking on the Patriots at Lucas Oil Stadium, and tens of thousands of fans will be there. COVID outbreaks actually forced the NFL to move 3 other games, but the Colts game against the Patriots is not among them. And if we beat New England tomorrow night, we move to the 5th seed in the playoffs. It would also be the first time we've beaten the team in more than a decade. As the Colts gear up to host a bunch of visitors in Indy, they're still keeping their focus on the game.
Guys know, but at the same time, we try and every week to just make it about the week, not make it bigger than it needs to be. And just we have the simple 1-0 mindset every single week. We come in here and we know the magnitude of the game, the magnitude of who we're playing in the conference and where teams sit. We know all of that stuff, but for us, it's just how do we get better? How do we prepare and get ready to go 1-0 this week?
Now, there are going to be more than 60,000 people at Lucas Oil Stadium tomorrow. And if you happen to be one of them, here's what you need to know. Masks are still encouraged, but there are no health screenings at the gate. Also, hand sanitizer stations are set up throughout the stadium. Ticketing also 100% mobile, so make sure you have your phones charged and ready. And concessions are all cashless, so make sure you have a debit or credit card at the game.
We have all the COVID safety suggestions you need to know for the Colts game tomorrow and the upcoming holidays. Just open the WTHR app. We've got it all right there. And that wraps up tonight's big story.